intensifying climate and increasing scope of global mobility, more and more women mother in environments that are linguistically and culturally foreign to them. Migrant mothers therefore find themselves in situations of inner conflict, as this quotation of Maynooth University's very own Marigold Martin suggests. They're caught between wanting to transmit their heritage, language and culture to their children and wanting to integrate and ensure their children's belonging in the country they live in. So the more they transmit, the less they belong. So the question I'm asking on behalf of both migrant mothers and policymakers is this. Sociologist Iron Gedeloff suggests that the answer lies in understanding the physical and emotional work migrant mothers undertake in producing new identities for themselves and for their children. Now, literature can be a fascinating field source of information because since the 1990s, contemporary women's writing has seen a new trend. A growing number of mothers own narratives of mothering, and including, I argue, mothers' own narratives of mothering in migration. They are literary texts written from the migrant, exiled, refugee, expatriate mother's perspective, and in which motherhood is thematically elaborated. Now, those narratives adhere to transcultural poetics in that they feature complex maternal cultural identities through plurality of voices. They are also imbued with multiple metaphors of the maternal. For example, what philosopher Alison Stone calls the maternal space, which starts in utero and continues into the adult life, contrary to what classical psychoanalysis tells us. So the creation and preservation of that embodied psycholinguistic mother-child space is a big concern for migrant mothers. Now, literary narratives of migration tells us that there are three main areas through which identity, belonging, and integration are negotiated, and these are language, culture, and identity. Now, some mothers do not speak a word of their own native language to their children. Others speak only their native language to their children, whilst others speak both languages. Now, silent mothers feel unable to speak their native language to their children because they want to distance themselves from their traumatic past, which is often associated with undemocratic regimes in countries they come from. For others, it can be a mothering strategy, wanting to take away their children from their own past. For others, speaking their stepmother tongue can be their own healing process that helps deal with their own childhood traumas, which is the case of French-Canadian author Nancy Houston. Monolingual mothers find it extremely difficult to relate to their multilingual and multicultural children, finding that they don't recognize them. It's as if their souls had been taken away from them. In any case, migrant mothers feel a lot of sadness because of the linguistic difference with their children, the sadness that they deal with in different ways. For example, the French language author born in China and working in Quebec, Yin Chen, suggests it doesn't really matter what language we speak to our children as long as we're both fluent in that language and have that deeper emotional connection with our children. Now, the Lithuanian language author living and working in Cyprus says that it is a matter of shuttle translation, which absorbs the entire body, and even more than that, it requires a historical approach to the body. Now, in conclusion, I would like to say that it is very important for the migrant mothers, to create that maternal space for their children through which they can transmit their heritage to their children and nurture them, but be nurtured back and gain belonging through their children. Now, finally, this research should and does indeed serve the migrant community. If you perhaps are a migrant mother or father and want a personalized reading list, drop me a line. Also, I have just started volunteering for an NGO where I will work with migrant mothers. Thank you for your kind attention.